Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Part 5 of 7, I believe, of interactive horror stories. So today we are doing Evil Beneath the Ground. We have done The Doll, After Funeral, Crystal Skull 1 and 2, and now we're doing Evil Beneath the Ground. We still have Madness in Infinite Loop and Ouija. So yeah, I'm really excited for this. Evil Beneath the Ground sounds to me like one of the most interesting. Also, this Madness one sounds really good too. So we're gonna go with Evil Beneath the Ground. You are a goth, okay, university student with no friends. You join a school trip to a lake and the forest near it. If you decide to wander in the forest at night, you will find bare footprints, those that are coming from a black hole with a ladder. Will you descend down? Hell no, bitch. The fuck? Anyways, let's play. Okay, I missed the first one because I accidentally double-clicked. Anyways, you heard about a university field trip to a lake and a forest around it in autumn. There would be a picnic. Also, alcohol is permitted. You could bring your own drinks. You join the field trip. Not only maybe you could make some new friends, but you also love the nature, especially when it's a cold season. But of course, you couldn't make new friends once again. During the 2 hours of bus travel, you found out that every other student who joined the trip were already friends. Okay, yeah, right. They simply ignored you. You also don't approach them. As a result, all you could do during the bus trip was look outside the window or play games on your phone while you listened to their joyful laughs. I'm gonna move my mic a little closer. I forgot to do that before I started recording. I didn't like that noise. Anyways, I'm home alone right now. I don't know why I do this to myself. You have mixed feelings about this picnic by the lake. You don't feel yourself as a part of the joyful youth who are enjoying the nature trip. After having a picnic barbecue, they play a game with the ball in which they form a circle and try not to let the ball touch the ground. Everyone participates in the game except for you. But you enjoy the nature trip somehow. As you said before, you love the nature. You took pictures of the lake with your phone. You don't plan to post the pictures anywhere though. And there's a huge forest near the picnic area. You have always found peace in the green of the forest. After the sun sets, people begin to light a campfire and drink. People around your age generally prefer beer, but you don't like it. You feel it overfills your stomach and causes nausea after 2 cans. Instead, you prefer strong drinks. Today, you brought a bottle of red wine and a wine glass. They gather around the campfire while you drink your wine alone away from them. A handsome guy brought his guitar from the bus and began playing it around the fire. While you have finished your second glass of wine, campfire and moon illuminate the darkness. Sun already has set. There are about 5 hours for the picnic to end. You will be going back to the city with buses. He's playing a calming song. You might join the group, but you also feel a strong urge to have a walk in the dark forest. I'm going to go with join the group. You approach the group. 2 girls notice you. They open a space for you to sit between them. One of them is blonde. The other has long black hair. They wear colorful outfits, contrasting with your black outfit. How are you? What are your names? Don't talk to them. Leave them without saying anything. I'll just say, what are your names? The one with black hair says, we have boyfriends. I only asked your names. What the fuck? You are trying so hard, aren't you? The blonde one says, and they both laugh. Fuck you. I'm tried to be nice because what the fuck? Okay. They don't like what you say, but they don't react either. They keep sipping their beers as you leave. You can stay with the other students or go to the forest. At that point, I would probably go to the forest. So we'll go explore the forest. You stand up and wander away from the picnic. You feel the call of the dark forest, so you walk along the path into the forest. The trees are high and still green. Maybe they stay green all season. You don't know. Your field is not biology. The soil is wet and muddy. It must have rained before your group arrived at the lake. You leave boot prints in the soil as you walk. There are no clouds in the sky, full moon, and stars illuminating the forest, but that's not enough for your eyes. You turn on the flashlight on your phone. There's an app for it, too. Bitch, everyone knows how phones work. You can't clearly see, but notice rabbits in the distance. Naturally, they run from you as they notice your presence. You begin to think that you might have gone too far from the picnic, but there is nothing interesting in the picnic area. You somehow feel like the darkness of the forest is your friend. Only friend. So I can continue or turn back. Obviously, we have to continue. You continue on the forest path. After a few minutes, you notice footprints on the soil. They seem to belong to a human with bare, big feet. Probably a man. The prints cross the path. Turn back, follow him, follow his route back. Let's follow him, I guess. You follow the footprints in the soil. They keep changing directions. You find yourself at an elevation, and the prints stop here. Whoever was walking, he didn't leave prints that you could follow anymore. He might have gone anywhere, but he didn't follow a single direction. Let's follow his route back now. You decide to go to the place where he comes from. After a long walk, you find yourself at a hole. There's a lid and a long rope near it. The man clearly came from the hole. His footprints prove it. When you hold your phone light into the black hole, you see that there's a ladder inside the hole. You can see the end of the hole from your position. As a curious and drunk boy, you feel a strong urge to descend. Turn back or descend. I would turn back, but obviously you gotta descend to know what happens. I'm literally like creeped out. I'm home alone right now. I have the door open. I should have shut it. Okay, anyways, descend. As you need to use both your hands to climb down, you put your phone into your jean pocket. Turning off the light, you start climbing down. After a few seconds, moon and stars above no longer illuminate what you see. You are in pitch black, and the ladder still continues. Finally, your feet touch the ground. You are so distant from the forest that you can't see the entrance of the hole from where you are. Carefully get on your own 2 feet. You can see nothing. Turn on the phone's light. Oh my god. I'm so creeped out. The place where you are is made of concrete. There's a long corridor in front of you. It is narrow, about 1 meter wide. It is not very high. There are only a few centimeters between your head and the ceiling of the corridor. You smell a terrible odor. It's a mixture of feces and something you can't understand. There are 3 doorless holes along the concrete corridor, making 3 rooms to discover. Obviously, room number 1. There's an empty wooden coffin, a mirror hanging on the concrete wall, a bloody razor, and a black whip standing in front of the mirror. In the mirror, you see your reflection and the terror on your face. Room 2. You are shocked to find a chained woman in this room. The chain is tied on her ankles. She looks in her 40s, too weak. Her bones are noticeable, and has pale skin with lots of scars. She's on her knees. She's naked. Her body is lightly hairy, except for her pubic area. It is, oh my god, why do they have to specify that? Contrasting her body hair, her head is shaved. She stinks, not only the smell of feces, but also it looks like she hasn't washed for years. She screams as you point the light at her. Who are you? She doesn't answer your questions, but yells with despair, help me, he keeps me here. Try to save her. You crouch down to her tied foot. There is no way you can remove the bracelet from her ankle. You also notice that her pinky toe is missing. What happened to your toe? He made me eat it. Ew! Okay, let me try to find a key. You try to leave the room, but something you don't understand happens. At the exit of the room, you hit something that wasn't visible in front of you. Yes, you saw nothing in front of you, yet you hit something. You fall onto the floor, and an invisible force carries you and repeatedly smashes your head into the wall. You hear a woman screaming as you black out. When you wake up, you find yourself lying on the concrete floor in pitch black. By the smell, you understand that you are in the same place. Whoever is keeping you captive, he stripped you from all clothes. You are naked and cold. There's a gag on your mouth so you can't shout and communicate with the woman. She might be gagged too. You stand up and try to walk away, but your ankle is tied with a chain. You can walk only in a chamber with 1 meter of radius. Your foot touches a metal bucket. It's probably where he expects you to defecate. You lose all your sense of time in here. You wait for an unmeasurable time for something to happen. You are thirsty and hungry. Excuse my dog. Sometimes you hear your phone ringing. It is in a different room. The piano melody is It's the Fear by Within Temptation, an ironic name for your situation. They probably noticed you're missing and trying to reach you, especially your parents. They must have become mad. Of course you can't answer the call. Finally, you hear footsteps. You hear your captor coming to your room. You are unable to see anything. He takes your gag off. Apparently, he has no problem with seeing in the pitch black. And you hear a voice, drink. It belongs to an old man, a dominant, ordering voice. You feel the tip of a bucket on your lips. Who are you? I am your new master. You better behave well. You are mine now. Now drink or I won't give you it once again. So go ahead and drink. It is water, what he is offering. You drink it, not the best water you drink. It could have been taken by the lake, but you have no other choice, it seems. After you drink enough, he puts the bucket on the ground. Now I bring something else to your lips. Eat. You're too hungry to refuse him. You allow him to put the thing in your mouth. It's meat, but raw. You would never eat raw meat, except for sushi. But now you chew it slowly. It is rabbit, he says. You swallow the meat, despite how disgusting it is. After you eat all he gives you, he puts the gag in your mouth and leaves the room without saying another word. After a while, he comes back as you are lying on the floor. Stand up, he orders. You get on your 2 feet clumsily. He grabs your body and you feel 2 sharp fangs on your neck. He starts draining your blood, and you understand the true nature of your captor. You have no idea how long you have been a prisoner here. You're mostly alone in the room doing nothing with the gag in your mouth. He occasionally comes back to feed you and himself. Sometimes you hear loud sounds from the other room. He tortures the woman. She screams and begs him to stop, but he doesn't. You hear a whip hit the naked flesh of the woman, but for some reason he doesn't harm you, only the woman. You haven't seen anything for a long time. You have no idea what he looks like. Sometimes you hear sobbing, but it doesn't belong to the woman, to the captor. He cries loudly for some reason. Some day or night, you can't figure out, he goes up and takes your gag off. I've done research about you, learned everything about you. He says your name, shocking you. We have some common points. We both like the dark. We're both outcasts, lonely souls in the world of darkness. I will make you an offer only once, so make your decision wisely. I can make you an immortal like me. You will no longer be in chains. You will have a life or unlife in the dark like you have always wanted, or you can stay as immortal and wait for the day you will die here as my prisoner. I guess we'll say I want to be an immortal. Very well, he says, stand up. You stand up and allow your master to embrace you. You feel his fangs on your neck once again, but this time he doesn't stop. You feel your whole body is getting drained. Soon you lose consciousness. You open your eyes and find yourself lying in a wooden coffin, but this time you are able to see. There isn't any single light source in the concrete room, but you see your environment as if you're wearing night vision goggles. You are wearing your old clothes and also gloves, so you can't see your skin. You have lost your hair. It is shed. Your old hair is on the coffin's part where you put your head on, and you feel your face change too. But the most significant change is the unbearable thirst, but not for water. Welcome to a new start, my child, you hear his voice. You look around the room, but you can't see him. There are 2 coffins and a mirror in the room. They think that our kind can be seen on the mirror. False. Take a look at yourself. You step outside the coffin and walk to the mirror. You are in terror with what you see in the mirror. You don't carry a human face anymore. Your skin has scales like a snake. Its color is a light gray, almost white. Your ears are long and have pointy tips. Your eyes are all red. You slowly open your mouth to see your sharp teeth. You scream, break down, and cry in despair. Then you feel his hand, claw to be exact, on your shoulder. He stands on your back. Now you are able to see his hand. It is a scale like your skin. Look at me, he orders you, and for some reason you can't disobey your master. You involuntarily look at the mirror to see the immortal entity behind you. His body is tall, naked, and has a humpback. His skin is almost white and scaled. But his face, it is the ugliest thing you've ever seen. It's the embodiment of evil, torture, murder, and rape, and envy. Envy for everything that is pretty and fair. I will teach you everything I know. You're new, and only now. Parent says with a hideous smile, the end. So this one has 3 endings. Okay. Pretty sure I know what the other 2 are going to be, but... Oh, this was the first scene I accidentally skipped the first time. You are a young university student who identifies as goth. You are a lonely person, but think that you want... People think that you want to be alone, but in fact you couldn't find anyone who feels affinity. Everyone is so distant from you. Nobody knows you listen to music you like. Okay. Anyways. So we're going to just do this. We're going to join the group. Don't talk to them. We're going to stay with the students. Okay. Nothing interesting happens the rest of the day. You finish your bottle of wine and can't make any friends as usual. When the time comes, you get on the bus and go back to the city. Yes, it's a lame ending, but at least you are still alive and human. So that was ending number 2. And the next one, go to the forest, continue on the path, follow his route back, descend. Let's go to the 3rd room, actually. We never got to see that. You see a chain tied to the wall. It has a bracelet at its end. There are 2 metal buckets. They're both empty. You notice a metal key on the floor. Take the key. Oh, my God. Okay, 2nd room. Try to save her. You crouch down to her tied foot. With the key you got, you unlock the bracelet. She's free. You also notice that her pinky toe is missing. Run with her. Who cares about that? You hold the woman's hand and rush to the ladder. Your other hand holds your phone so that you enlight the corridor, but you reach the ladder. You feel something hit your stomach. You can't understand it. You saw nothing in front of you, but still there's something. Your phone falls to the ground. You can't see anything. The woman screams, "Oh no, he came." You feel something grab you and smash your head on the concrete wall. You black out. Okay, so basically you get caught whether you save the woman or not. So we're going to do this, but stay human. Suddenly, you feel a sharp pain in your shoulder. You hear the loud sound of a whip. He whips you continuously, feeling zero empathy for the anger you feel on your bare skin. You could have been a predator like me. You chose to be a fuck toy? Okay. You are mine to torment. Do you understand, idiot? He shouts at you. He kicks you and leaves you sobbing on the floor. You can do nothing but hope that sweet death will come soon. But it never comes. It never comes. That's so sad. Okay, so that was Evil Beneath the Ground. Not as exciting as I thought it was going to be honest. I was a little bit disappointed. But we ended up as a vampire the first time. But basically, you can either be a vampire, you can die, or you can continue the same boring, sad life that he was living. So that was fun. We only have 2 more of these left. We have Madness and Infinite Loops, and we also have Ouija. So obviously Madness and Infinite Loops will be next. But thank you guys for listening to this little story. If you did enjoy, let me know with a like, comment, subscribe, all that fun jazz. And I will see your lovely, lovely faces in my next video. Bye, guys.